Hi, again, my name is Kevin Albertsen. I'm the Director of Engineering with Snaptron. We're here in Windsor, Colorado with the SureShot. First of all, uh, just tell you a little bit about myself and about Snaptron. I've been with the company for about 20 years. And through that time, I've had the chance to develop a lot of really fun equipment. Snaptron itself has been around about 30 years, and we're the leading manufacturer of metal tactile dome products in the United States. And so we make domes, like what you see here, as well as dome arrays, and of course, and then of course, supporting equipment to go along with the manufacturing and assembly processes for the domes. We're here to show you our SureShot and the arrows. So the SureShot is the robotic placement equipment. The arrows are the dispensing mechanism, our patented dispensing mechanism that takes domes from a cartridge, a stacked cartridge, and dispenses them into an array pattern. So when I first started at Snaptron, operators were using suction cups or tweezers to pick up domes out of, let's say, out of a little bowl, place them into fixtures, into patterns for an array, a pattern of domes. And this works okay, but of course it's pretty slow. Your quality is difficult to maintain, and placement accuracy is not that great. And but the biggest problem is that you cannot tell just looking at a dome whether you have one dome or two domes or maybe even three domes that you're looking at. You can't tell by feeling it. You can't tell by looking at it, and they tend to stick together. And so one of my first real challenges was to figure out how to take domes from a cartridge that had been loaded into a cartridge, and how do we separate them so we're just getting one dome at a time placed into the pattern. And so that's where the design of the arrow comes from, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. The SureShot takes the arrow dispensing mechanism and carries it around over the placement area and places domes into the necessary patterns. What this does is it very quickly then puts domes exactly where we need them and guarantees that we just have one dome in each position. So it does it accurately, it does it quickly, and it's very quick and easy to set up for different arrays, different patterns, and different part numbers. So let me tell you a little bit more about the arrows. First of all, so let's bring this one up to the front. So are you able to come in a little closer? So we have domes in a cartridge here. The domes are stacked up. They're all in the same orientation. And then the mechanism then takes the domes from the end of the cartridge and pops one dome at a time out of the stack. And when it's carried around by a robot, then it can then place the domes accurately into any needed position. There you can see how that works. So we have different sizes. This one is for a 12 millimeter F dome, but really these mechanisms are designed, can be designed for anything, any 4-foot domes that we have from 6 millimeter diameter all the way up to 20 millimeter diameter. They just drop right into the robot, just like that. And then if we need to have a pattern with more than one type of dome in it, the operator can easily change from one arrow dispensing mechanism to a different one. So let me tell you a little bit about the machine now. So we have setup files that of course tell the robot where to go for each position. We have a separate setup software that we've developed that can take X, Y, and rotation orientations for each of the dome positions. Or we can even import AutoCAD files directly. Once these are set up, you can upload them to the machine. You can pick the one that you want out of the list, hit setup. Now the machine is ready to run that particular part file. And really you just hit build. So the first thing you see happen is that the laser scanner goes over two fiducials on the fixture, and it's a light and dark laser scanner. It does a scan pattern over where it thinks the fiducial will be and picks up exactly where it is so that it can then do the dome placements. Once it has finished, it moves out of the way so that then the operator can reach in and, let's say, either laminate another layer on top of the part, or pick up the domes with an adhesive layer, or lift the part out if it's that type of part. Different types of parts that can be loaded this way are, for example, membranes. So membrane panels can be loaded directly onto the flex circuit, directly into the pockets, and then laminated in place. The way we do it here, we place the domes into fixture pockets and then pick up the domes with the adhesive layer, which is then laminated and laser cut in other processes that we have. Get those picked up out of the way. So again, changing arrows is as simple as lifting the one out, dropping the other one into place, and hitting build again. So let me tell you a little bit about the machine, some of the design features. So again, I already mentioned the light curtains. Light curtains allow us to have an open work area while still providing safety to the operator. When the operator reaches in through the light curtain, the motor is disabled. In fact, it's possible to just move things around as you wish. This feature is used if you want to teach the position of where the fiducials are, so that again, the placement pattern can be accurately located without having to know exactly where the fixture is going to be in the work area ahead of time. The X and Y slides, you can see, are fully covered. So we've got side covers as well as way covers. On the linear axes, all three axes, X, Y, and Z, are ball screw. This gives us accuracy as well as speed. And then we have a rotation axis as well that can rotate the dome placement as well as actuate the dome placement mechanism. So it's a 4-axis robot that we're really doing more like 5 axes worth of work with it. One of the design challenges that we had here was we wanted to keep the robot very compact. We wanted to keep it tabletop. You can see we're just sitting on just a regular table here. We also wanted to use just regular wall power. So we're just plugged into a regular wall outlet. There's no air requirement. There's no other utility requirements. It's just 110 volt service. We've also built these for international service as well, so we can use other voltages as well. I think we have some questions from attendees, and I believe Nicole is going to jump in and read some of those.
Yeah, Kevin. Rick is asking what the capacity for dome is in each of the cartridges. And maybe you could speak a little bit more to the cartridge themselves too.
Yeah, absolutely. So the cartridges are aluminum tubes that are open on one side so that you can see in and see the domes stacked up. That way you can tell which direction the domes are stacked in there. And it also gives us access to apply a little bit of pressure to the stack of domes, and also allows us to be able to handle the whole assembly pretty effectively. This is the shorter version of the cartridge. You can see there's enough height in here for a longer version of the cartridge. So this is a 7.5-inch cartridge. There's also a 14-inch cartridge. And it depends on the dome, of course, on the material thicknesses of the domes, but they will hold anywhere from about 1,000 domes up to 1,500 domes, I believe, in these cartridges. Another thing about the cartridges is that we recycle the cartridges. So you can send the cartridges back to us. We wash them, inspect them, and reload them and send them back out again. One of the neat things about developing this piece of equipment for our own use is that we're able to sell this to our customers, as well as we have options to lease the SureShot or the arrows if you want as well. And then we can just ship domes and the cartridges that way.
Great. We got some other questions from online. One of them is it possible to configure a unique PCB layout or specific design? And does that vary based on the adhesive type?
This wouldn't really care about what sorts of adhesives you're using. Really, as long as you've got pockets where the domes are going to go in, and there's a little bit of space around the domes. This will place domes at an accuracy of plus or minus 0.005 of an inch. So well within the size of a normal pocket spacing. You can see, here I'll show you a few of our of the part numbers that have been loaded to just up to this machine itself. So they just keep going and going and going and going, going. There's a lot of part numbers that have been loaded here. Yes, really almost every array pattern that we build is custom for a particular customer, for a particular product, for a particular rev of a particular PCB, right? And so we've got thousands and thousands of array patterns. So what we wanted to do was make this really, really easy to go, again, directly from AutoCAD to the build file, upload the build file to the machine, boom, the machine's ready to go.
And then can you speak to, is it possible to refill the cartridges on their end, on the customer end? Or does that need to be done?
Uh, you probably could. I mean, I don't know what the cost differential is for loose domes, shipping loose domes versus shipping domes and cartridges. But we're happy to ship you the domes in the cartridges, and then you can send us the cartridges back and we'll reload them. I suppose if you had if you wanted to figure out how to load your own cartridges, you could do that too. It wouldn't really bother us.
Rick is also asking, is there a reason you're not using tape and reel rather than a cartridge? Maybe you could speak to the difference of the two.
Right, right. So that was one of the other things I wanted to tell you about. So the arrow dispensing mechanism just sits in a couple of rings, right? We have also designed this, we've taken that portion of this machine and mounted it over tape and reel pocket loading. And we drop domes into pockets so that we can ship domes in tape and reel if you'd like. We also have that capability. That just whatever way fits into your manufacturing, whichever you would like. This works really, really great, especially for membrane manufacturers who want to be able to place domes into a large area membrane. This is actually the smallest version of this machine. This is 300 by 300 work area, and they go all the way up to the biggest one is 650 millimeters by 750 millimeters. So it's quite large, and that can be for a multi-up array of let's say membranes or fixtures, or for a very large part, that sort of thing. So.
Can you speak to if the cartridges are compatible with domes of any kind or not, or the arrow, I mean?
The arrow, each arrow is specifically designed for a dome profile, for one of our dome profiles. So if you look at the dome in this direction, that shape, that 4-foot shape that you see there, that is very important in the design of the arrow. It will only accept this particular dome shape. So different dome forces, which are how much curvature the dome has in it or how much thickness the dome has, are a little different, and the arrow will accept a range of thicknesses and curvatures, but it will only accept one dome shape. But we have lots of different arrows for the lots of different dome shapes.
Does that also include domes with a hole in the center?
Oh yeah, absolutely. The hole in the center really doesn't affect how this operates at all. Or a dimple, a ring dimple, a tactile concentrator, any of those kind of formed in features or center of dome features don't affect how this operates at all.
Can customers request custom tooling or fixtures?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have an engineer on staff. We call him our applications engineer. His name is Kyle Goodrich, and he's happy to talk to anybody about doing anything custom So if you need custom fixturing, or you want a custom sort of setup with one of our machines, or you want a custom dome, a different customized dome product that you want to be able to dispense or automate how you're handling it, talk to Kyle. He's happy to help you out. We've got our engineering team on staff, and we just might be able to help you out. So.
Can you speak to the options for purchase and or leasing, what that looks like?
So some of the options that we have on this machine are a vacuum table. So you can just slide your sheet right into where you want it and have it held down by vacuum. We have a integrated or a table, custom built table that goes along with it, not this one, that has the vacuum generator built in. If you get the vacuum option, again, we have international voltage and frequency options available as well. If you want it to run off of, let's say 220 or 208, 50 hertz. Of course, lease options are available. Let's say you wanted to lease it for a while to see if you wanted to buy one. Or let's say you bought the SureShot, but you wanted to lease various sizes of arrows because maybe you're only going to use this size for a while, and then you're going to use a different size. That's fine too. We can work out whatever sorts of options you need to be able to make things work. These are also shipped in solid wood crates, so they're shipped very securely, and you can always keep the crates if you need to transport it or send it back to us.
Great. Two questions. Is there a possibility that the dome places two domes in one location, like double doming? And then can you clarify, can the SureShot place domes manufactured by another manufacturer, not Snaptron?
Gotcha. So the mechanism is specifically designed not to place more than one dome in one actuation. So, and there's a possibility if it needed maintenance or it needed service, that if it was on its way to breaking or something, but really that's specifically what the mechanism is designed to do, is to only allow one dome at a time to go through the mechanism to simulate the domes, and that's the patented mechanism. It really doesn't work with other manufacturers of domes. It's specific enough in the design of the inside of the dispensing mechanism that it really only works with our domes.
Somewhat related, but are there SMT versions of our domes fully production ready at this point? Can you address that? And then can you speak to what is the weight of the smallest machine? So that would be the one you have set up here.
Yes, there are SMT domes. Most domes, if you tried to solder down, let me get the bigger dome. If you were to solder any part of this dome down to the circuit board, it would not allow the dome to flex. So when you push down on a dome, the legs move, the center moves up and down, right? Lots of things are moving a little bit. And that's why an flexible adhesive material is really good at holding the dome in the right place while still allowing it to move, right? We have a new dome series that doesn't apply to this mechanism, but that can be placed with SMT placement machines, and that can actually be soldered down. And you'll be able to find those on our website and get samples and that sort of thing. What was the other question?
What is the weight of the machine?
Oh,
This particular smallest one.
that's right. I don't know that. I would have to look on our website. I think we're going to look here real quick. What's the next question? We'll come back to that one.
How many domes can be placed in a minute?
The number that I found on our website, because I wouldn't have known that right off the top of my head, is 10,000 domes an hour. And of course, that's pretty dependent on what the array pattern is like, how far apart they are, how far up it has to move to clear things. That might be in the way, like if there are any, like if we're placing onto a circuit board with components sticking up. There's lots of factors there, but that's a good round number that you can use.
What about domes with through holes? Are they supported by this machine?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, a through hole in the center of the dome isn't really going to affect, or even a dimple, that sort of thing is not going to affect how the dome is handled by the dispensing mechanism. Do we have any more questions? Coming about to the end of our
He's
time
saying
period
domes
anyway.
with pins. Does that make sense to
Sorry,
you?
say that again.
Not through holes, domes with pins.
Pins. I don't think we make any domes like that. I think, is it like, I've seen some domes that have like a leg hanging down to go through a through hole. Maybe that's, but we don't make a dome like that, and it wouldn't really be able to work with this.
Yeah, I
system.
think that's what he's meaning is the legs.
Yeah. Okay.
You touched on this a little bit, but can you speak a little bit more to the support and training we offer after purchase and what that would look like in a different country, for example?
Yes, absolutely. Well, for example, right now, we've got a customer with a machine in a foreign country, and we're working back and forth with them to help them learn how to use the machine over email, and also we're here to support phone calls anytime. And of course, we have a user manual uh, that goes along with the machine. So the support is there for you if you need any maintenance support or any help with learning how to use the machine.
Can you talk to how the machine connects to an external device like a laptop or a computer?
Right.
Yes.
So it's got an Ethernet connection, and basically it will live on your network if you want, or you can directly connect it just one-to-one with a laptop over the network connection to transfer the build files.
And then can you speak, sorry, go ahead.
We'll have to get back to you on the weight of the machine. We've got those numbers, and they're different, of course, for every size and and with the options of the vacuum table and those sorts of things. But we'll have to post that later.
Can you speak to just how often the system requires maintenance and or calibration?
So calibration isn't really required on this at all. The ball screws don't really get out of calibration, and it's as you see, it's doing a fiducial scan before each build. It's doing it's checking home positions every time the machine is powered up. As far as maintenance goes, there's some maintenance that you can do on the machine yourself in terms of cleaning and minor repairs. But again, it's a pretty compact unit. You've got a crate, and if it needs to come back to us for service, we can do that. Or if you really need us to, we can come out there and do service on site.
Can you speak to if it's compatible with other types of substrates like flex or PCB?
Right. So again, we place into fixtures where we pick up the domes with adhesive materials for use on hard PCBs many times. But many of our customers are that have these machines are, let's say, memory manufacturers, where they'll place the domes directly onto flex circuits with a spacer pocket around each dome. And this allows you a very large work area. It allows you to place domes, kind of anywhere into the pattern where it's needed. And then again, do lamination directly on the work surface if you want, or transfer the part in and out. I think we're about running out of time, so are there any other questions?
Just one more. Can the domes be rotated to a 45-degree angle?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, any dome position can be any rotation. So the arrow can rotate during the build cycle. So as it's moving from one position to the next, it will rotate to whatever rotation is needed for the next placement. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate everybody joining us for this demonstration of the SureShot and the arrows. One of the things is, of course, we have a handheld dispensing mechanism called the dart, which is the same mechanism as the arrows, just in a handheld form. And please come see our website. We have an information form you can fill out if you want to get more information about any of our products. You can always call our phone number and get in touch with anybody on our sales staff or our applications engineer. And we're always looking forward to talking with people about new applications and how you can use our products. Thank you very much. And again, my name is Kevin Albertsen, and it was a lot of fun talking to you. Thanks.